Story. Eoghan Corry, editor of Travel Extra, is on the line. Regulators own pilots, airlines and the unfortunate consumer caught up in the middle of all of this. Will Ryanair pay a price as customers go elsewhere?
The history of this is that customers have short memories. They all vow they'll never fly Ryanair again, and then when the sale re-emerges, one of those flash sales will come back. They'll look at their options and they'll make the booking. They'll tend to be forgiving in these situations. And as the statement from Ryanair pointed out, the likes of British Airways, the French air traffic control strikes, disruption is part of what happens in aviation. There is a lot of score settling going on among regulators and obviously the organised pilot trade unions, European Cockpit Association, and indeed among some of the British media as well, now that this has happened to Ryanair. Is this
how you would describe it, score settling?
A lot of people have been waiting in the long grass for a while. Michael O'Leary is known for being arrogant, confrontational, robust, calling people names, calling people, questioning politicians, even the European Commission. So he doesn't really have a lot of friends out there when something goes horribly wrong.
So in the meantime, while we have these cancellations, there will be capacity, of course, on other airlines, but are passengers going to pay a price for a seat and a price above what they would normally be prepared to pay?
You put your finger on it there. You know what? Ryanair's average fare has crept down for the first time since 2007. It's down below €40 for this year. People will be paying quite a lot more on some of the routes. The cancelled routes, the only one that affects Ireland is Belfast-Gatwick. That will leave another airline a free run on that. The way aviation prices work, it's competition always that brings down prices. When Ryanair comes off a route, the prices will go up. So people will probably have alternatives, but they then will be paying more for them. The very interesting development, it's in the small print of the Ryanair statement, is the fact that they have announced disruption partners. These are airlines which are close to the Ryanair model. The likes of Norwegian, the likes of EasyJet, Aer Lingus is in there, Vueling is in there. They are now saying to customers, you can fly with these guys. But Ryanair are trying to avoid what every single low-cost airline tries to avoid, is being billed for flights on one of the traditional, very more high-priced rivals. And I think one of the interesting developments over the last fortnight has been this fracture in European aviation. You know, we see it as one industry, but in fact it is two. There's a set of rules that the low-cost airlines work by and a set of rules that the traditional airlines work by. And that's one of the things that has caused the sort of fissures. We saw the Andrew Haines in London very, very vocal, very stridently vocal against Ryanair, and he hasn't done that sort of thing to English airlines. The last time we actually heard him being as vocal was in an attack on Aer Lingus in 2015, when he described the Irish flag carrier as he accused them of acting illegally again. So there is a little bit of nationalism. The Italian regulator is also rowing in there. But remember, Ryanair are not a single country airline. I mean, a lot of media coverage to Andrew Haines' statements in London, because we get a lot of English media here. But right across Europe, they're dealing with 30 different aviation regulators.
Eoghan Corry, thank you very much for joining us. 19 minutes past 5.